Hey, I've begun a new series inspired by the music of ABBA entitled Super Trouper Songs for the Ukulele. And I want to take this moment to share something important to me, my connection with ABBA. Because I know it's a love-hate thing that we have with ABBA. Some people love ABBA, some people just can't stand them. For me, I was 9 years old in 1976 when their album Arrival showed up. And I remember vividly the cover of 4 impossibly glamorous Swedes hopping out of a helicopter as though joy had arrived in Australia, which is where they were really huge. And their music was so much fun, so full of life. The way they looked, everything about them made a huge impression on me as a kid. And all of Australia for that matter, because Australia was one of the first countries to actually fall in love with the music of ABBA and ABBA themselves. They were wonderful. At one point, they had 4 songs in the top 10. That just goes to show how popular they were. And then they came and toured, and that cemented the deal, the love affair of Australia with ABBA. And for me, I love them. I love their songs, and everyone was into them. Back in the days when, you know, there was 4 stations on the telly and you could only listen to music by cassette or vinyl, and everyone was listening to the same thing. We were all connected in that way. We all had that emotional journey through these songs. And then, of course, I started to grow up, and so did ABBA. And, you know, the relationships broke down in the band and they kept going. Clearly it was a financial decision, I guess, to some degree, but they enjoyed what they were doing together and making these amazing pop songs, so they just kept going. And I'm so glad they did, because the feeling of pain and hurt started to creep into their music. And you kind of knew what was going on with the press and all that kind of stuff, and all the breakups and whatever. At one point I remember feeling kind of betrayed. It's like the magic had cracked, you know. And it was hard for me to sort of stay with them, I guess. And I guess I didn't. At one point I just sort of, they fell off my radar, and I think punk music took over for me. But you know, I've come back to them over the years, and you can't help but appreciate the amazing craftsmanship in these songs that they've made for us. And they carry so much emotion, so much humanity. Their music has joy and heartbreak, and that's what being human is all about, right? Which brings me to the ukulele. There's something so beautifully human about using just 4 strings to try and carry the weight of a song that once carried your heart. For me, the ukulele has become a tool for emotional expression, and it's the limitations of the uke that somehow open the door to even deeper expression. So this is the beginning of my new series, ABBA Super Trouper Songs for the Ukulele. And it's not just because they're fun to play, because they are. There's a lot of great teachable moments and techniques that come from the way these songs were created. Things that I can teach you about music and how to perform a song from beginning to end to get the emotional impact that it deserves. I truly believe these songs tell our story. They keep the story alive of what it means to be a human, flawed with all the sorrow and joy, but perfectly human. And when we play them together, we keep that story alive. So I'm hoping that you're going to love this new series. Thanks for being here. Can't wait to share it with you. See you in the next video.